Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, John Howell here. Today I want to share with you the one indicator or the one thing, the one scenario, the one thing that's happening right now that says that there's a massive pressure to the upside to gold. And as the months go on, and maybe over the next 6 to 12 months, maybe a bit longer, as certain things happen, I'm going to explain to you what I mean here, that's probably going to send gold to the absolute moon, right? We're probably going to get moon rocket ship action from this one indicator or this one thing that's happening right now to really help you when it comes to really helping you with your with your training or with gold. Okay, so let's have a look at this here. So a lot of things that's right now, a lot of people have been worried about gold and so on and so forth, and I truly believe this one indicator will send shock waves through gold at a certain point in time. Now let me explain what I mean. Let me explain what I mean here. If I bring up my gold chart right now, I'm looking at my good old trading view here. I normally use TC2000 for my trading. This is this software right here. I normally use this software right here. It's an amazing software. I just love using it for my trading. But I want to bring up this one right here because I want to bring up the dollar. Okay, but let me firstly have a look at gold. And when we're looking at gold right here, we can see that gold as we speak, and you can see a lot of different things that's happening right now. But as you can see, gold right now on a weekly chart has actually had a pullback. Now you can see we just pulled back to a major support level. Let me take that off this. Let me take that off the screen, or let me actually just bring that down to there, where that recent resistance level is. But you can see gold has just come back down to a support level. Now here's the thing. Gold had a move up, and then now we had this pullback. And if I go to my daily charts, you can see that gold definitely had a big move up, and then we've had a bit of a crash. So we may still have a little bit more pressure on the short term on the downside. It may happen. But what is the thing that's going to send shock waves through to gold, and what's going to be putting that massive pressure for a massive move to come out of gold? And what is that? Well, there's actually not only just one thing, there's actually two things, right? Now, the first thing, which is inflation. Now, we know inflation, they say inflation's transitory. Inflation's transitory. Oh my goodness, inflation is transitory. We all know that inflation's not transitory. We all know that we've just went through 10 years, or maybe longer, of no inflation. And now inflation's just started, and now it's just something that has died away. We all know that when things get started, when the government says we're temporarily going through this, or this is just a momentarily thing that's happening right now, we all know that it's not true, right? We all know that it's it's simply not true, and it's probably going to get a lot worse, right? You know, when can you believe the good old GOV, the government, right? So the first thing is inflation. We know inflation is going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. It may flatten out for a little bit, but we all know that over the next couple of years, it's probably just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse, which is going to cause them to raise interest rates. But that's probably another good 12 months or more down the track where they have to start to really raise interest rates. So that's the first thing. But the main thing I'm talking about here is the dollar index. Now let's have a look at this here. I was actually looking at this on with some of my private clients, and I was looking at this on the dollar index, and look what's happening here. If I bring up the weekly charts, look at this here. So this weekly chart has been continuing to move down through here, right? And now we're just really overall, if you look at this big weekly chart, you can see that we have just been really just in a bit of a sort of a triangle pattern, as you can see, right? A bit of a triangle. We came down, support, resistance, and we're squeezing up into a triangle pattern. Now, what is putting pressure lately on the dollar? Printing money, right? They're printing money like it's gone out of fashion. Now, the question to you is this: are they going to stop printing money? Heck no, right? Heck no. We know that, like right now, as of doing this recording, right, they're trying to do like another $5 or $6 trillion stimulus package again. It's like they're going, and this is what happens if you read Ray Dalio stuff. This is what happens at the end of long-term debt cycles. They just go, history gives us 100% of what's likely to happen. and that is they're going to keep printing and printing and printing and printing and printing and printing and printing. History gives us 100% of at the end of every long-term debt cycle. History gives us 100% of they just keep printing and printing and printing instead of shutting everything down and letting the free market do its thing and go through a bit of short-term pain. They basically print the the currency into oblivion. That's the reason why asset prices, housing, stocks, and even potentially gold as well too, have actually started to make some moves as of late. So right now, we know that the printing of money is just gone crazy. And we know they're not going to stop. History over this last couple of 100 years gives us a probability of 100% that they're going to keep printing more money because I think this time is different. So as the money is printing, what is that doing for the actual dollar? If there's a lot more supply of a thing, it gives it what? Less value. And that's the reason why we've been getting a drop here in the dollar. So as they print more money, there's going to come a point in time where they're just, as they keep printing more money, it's going to keep devaluing the dollar. But look at this here. If I zoom my chart up, and let me actually just take this moving average off the screen here for a minute and just actually bring the chart up itself. Look what we see here. And this is actually quite scary. Because if I look at the US dollar, there's a lot of major support around 90. Right now, about 91. But if we keep squeezing up here and they keep printing more money, which is probably likely to, right? And then we start to see a fall through 90, look where the next major support level is. It's actually down here. That's the next recent support level, which is down through here. Now, that from where it is now to there is a 13, 14, possibly even a 15% drop in the dollar. Now, if it really starts to heat up, and people like Ray Dalio's, right, we could actually see an even bigger drop back down to these major levels, these major levels down here. Now, as they keep printing more money, it's going to keep putting more pressure on the dollar. So as they do this here, we could actually see, over the next couple of years, maybe a 20% drop in the dollar here. It's just, and to these major levels of support. But as you can see, this area where it is right now, and if I bring up a little trend line Dubulaki thing, right? If you see this whole area, let me actually just bring up, this whole area through here has been a major support level for it for quite some time. And as you can see right now, it's actually been squeezing up in the triangle pattern. If we drop down through to here, oh my goodness, guys, it's probably going to fall through the floor, and we're probably going to keep going down and down and down and down and down and down. And again, what's putting pressure on it? Putting pressure on it is the printing of money, and they know they're going to keep putting more money, putting more pressure on it, and it's going to come a point in time where it's going to snap, and we're going to start to see a free fall, just like we have. If I actually just take everything off the screen here for a minute, let me take everything off the screen, just like we have just recently. As you can see, right, started in the 2020, but then guess what happened? They started printing money like crazy at the start of 2020, and then bam, look what's happened so far. What's happened so far is the currency has already seen from a top to bottom a drop of 13% just in the last 12 months or so. So right now they just keep going with the printing press. So as that's happening, as you know, there's a bit of a teeter-totter sort of things happening right now. So there's a bit of a teeter-totter here. So the more that they print money, right, the more pressure is going to be on the downside for the actual dollar to go down. So we're going to call this here, right? So you got the dollar going down here because of the printing of money, and also, and on the other side of this teeter-totter, this is what you call gold, and and also silver, mining stocks, and a lot of these other currencies, maybe even crypto in there. I don't know, but that's where gold is, and that's where gold is there. Plus also inflation. As inflation continues to pick up over the next 6 to 12 months, we're likely to see this putting pressure. So we have a double whammy. We have the dollar going down, printing money is just crushing the dollar, buoying the other assets, right? In that, which is this here is also going to buoy the stock market. That's why I see massive bull runs in the stock market as of doing this recording anyway. And then also inflation, again, buoy the stock market. But also that's the reason all this here equals an absolute explosion in gold. Now, when I say explosion in gold, that means, You know, right now, there's a bit of, we might get on the short term, we might get a bit of shake and bake, a bit of short-term downward movement. But then guess what? After a period of time, we slowly make some moves, and then who knows? We could be in the startings of that next leg up, and that flush down we've seen just recently could be getting ready for another big move up. And then as things unfold, right? Because we don't see a massive move up. It generally just goes, you know, day after day after day. We generally start to get some really nice moves. And then over the next, say, 6, 12 months, 2 years, you look back like, oh my goodness, look how big the gold move's been. That's what I mean by, you know, an explosion in gold, and what's happening there. So there we go, guys. This is actually the two main indicators that say we're about to skyrocket. It's probably, and the inflation's one, but the big one is the printing of money is putting so much pressure on this. And also you can see this chart down the bottom here, this major level here, around the 90 is a significant support level. We keep squeezing up here on the dollar, and they keep printing more money, and which sends the dollar through there. Once that happens, it's going to be an absolute free fall, and a free fall to where? Let's actually see where the next support level is. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Right? Oh, where is it? Oh, there, back here. Right? That's that next major support level. So if we're looking at the dollar, that's where the next major support level is. We could see a pretty big free fall on the dollar, and once that happens, guys, we could see a major move coming, coming in the metals and miners. So I personally believe seeing a lot of the mining stocks and seeing a lot of silver and also gold. On the charts, they're telling me we're likely to see massive moves, like a shock is coming to these. But now looking at the fundamentals of the dollar and inflation. And so guys, as investing, as long-term buy and hold investing, meaning hold it for 2 or 3 or 4 years, the mining stocks and gold and silver right now, to me, I absolutely just love being part of. So anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's education. What I've done, guys, is I actually just recently ran a full breakthrough training. It was a live training that I did, and absolutely people loved it. So I've actually put the replay up, but I've only put the replay up for a couple of days, and I've only done that for a couple of days only. So on this breakthrough training, I'm going to give it to you for free anyway. I'm going to give you free access to it. Secret number 1 on this free training, you're going to learn the one thing. That should say the one thing. Let me actually do this. Let me do live editing right on the spot here, eh? Let me do this here. The one thing. There we go. There we go, right? The one thing that all successful traders know and do that took me from $250,000 in debt to making a full-time income from trading, and why most traders suck and lose money. If you're losing money, secret number 1's for you. Secret number 2, all the steps and details to my top most powerful trading system for the last 16 years that get the 90% success rate. Works on any market, stocks, futures, crypto, options, metals, miners, and so much more. And also 3, my awesome scanning tool that scans over 3,000 markets to find powerful trading setups in 30 seconds every day. This allows me to have my trading done in 60 minutes per day, so I can have freedom. If you go to johnsfreetraining.com, or there should be a button or a link in the description or somewhere around here. If you go to johnsfreetraining.com, again, guys, this was actually a jam-packed free training. I don't hold anything back. I teach you all the details here. And again, I put up the replay for a couple of days only. So if you go to johnsfreetraining.com, you'll be able to register and get free access to this free training. And this replay training, and I promise you're going to absolutely love it. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are struggling with your trading right now, secret number 1's for you. If you're looking for an amazing trading system, secret number 2 is for you. And if you're looking to see how can you actually tie all this together so you can start to have a bit more freedom and not sit in front of the screen all day, then secret number 3 for you. And if you're just really looking for that ultimate breakthrough, then this whole training is for you. So I hope this helps you out today, guys. Make sure you go to johnsfreetraining.com to grab this, because I promise you, you're going to absolutely love it. And if you're struggling trading right now, then you need to get access to this free training. And above all, guys, I hope you consider reasons why everything is lining up for a massive moonshot in gold.